Moonshot Radio, where every moment is an opportunity to learn. I'm your host, Nivea Torres, Executive Director of the Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative, also known as KRC. Our vision is that all children in Indian River County will be ready for kindergarten. We proudly partner with the Moonshot Moment, who is transforming the next generation in Indian River County by having 90% of all students reading on grade level by the third grade. With me today in the studio is Shanti Sanchez from the Vero Beach Museum of Art. Welcome, Shanti.
Thank you, Nivea. It's great to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
I'm really looking forward to this conversation. Shanti, share with our viewers and listeners a little bit about your role at the Vero Beach Museum of Art.
Okay, I am in the education department. My title is School Youth and Community Impact Programs Manager. So I get the wonderful job of connecting the museum with the community at large, and certainly with schools and students of all ages, from pre-K to high school, but I also work with the college and so forth.
That is a great job and a great role, particularly here in our community, Shanti, where as part of the Moonshot Moment, we're really promoting early literacy. So tell me a little bit about how, in your capacity at the Museum of Art, you really encourage literacy and language development through those activities.
Well, I think that looking at art is just such a golden opportunity for conversations. And that's the first thing we do is we get children or families, people looking closely at art, taking their time and really noticing the details. And from that, we work on what we call visual literacy, which is what colors do you see? What shapes can you find? Which way are the lines going? And we give them the visual, physical vocabulary, but then also talk about the meanings and how does that make you feel, or what do you think is happening in this picture, and really invite them to answer those kinds of open-ended questions and get to know the works of art as if they were making friends with them.
I'm listening to you, Shanti, and I can't help but think that those are also really good tips for families and for parents who might take their children to visit the museum. Sometimes it's a little intimidating to visit the museum, and you might think that, oh, I don't know how to interpret art. But if you could just look at the images and think about the colors and what you see and what you think it might be about, you're really encouraging language development and that oral proficiency that we're looking for in our students, right?
It's really true. And you're exactly right. I do hear from a lot of young parents and teachers of young kids, oh, but what if they, I'm afraid that they're not going to be able to behave in the museum. And really, it's true that we don't want to touch works of art, but we explain why before they go in. And honestly, we very, very seldom ever have any issues with that because we really make it as engaging as possible. When we have a school group, for instance, or a special family event, we have oftentimes activities that include movement or props and things that they can touch as they're talking about the art and learning about it to make that kind of relationship. We also have our interactive art zone, which is specifically designed to be a multisensory interactive space for young families to go and engage with art through activities that are very multisensory and creative. You can touch things in the art zone.
Well, and that's always great for students to be able to touch and to explore. I visited the art zone myself. Shanti, for our viewers and our listeners, what can they expect if they're there in the art zone? What kind of multisensory activities will they see?
That varies. We do have a few dedicated programs that take place in the art zone, but a family can drop in anytime and they can do they can read books. We have lots of books, so of course that's great for early literacy, but we also have props that are magnetic or that are engaging in their sense of touch to create things, build things. We have what's called the Sketch Aquarium, which is an amazing sort of the wow factor of the art zone. It's an entire wall that looks like the lagoon or an ocean where the kids can color in their own, and we get a lot of grown-ups who do it too, their own sea creature, and then it gets scanned and it goes into the sketch aquarium, and they can see their creation on the wall swimming in the lagoon. So
it's a very interactive activity, and I've engaged in it myself as an adult. And I think it's also a great opportunity to connect to the environment around us and talk about sea life and the lagoon. I know that the Museum of Art has worked very closely on that initiative as well. So I think it's
we're
fabulous.
located right there in Riverside Park on the beautiful Indian River Lagoon, so that's a very special place, and we want to make sure everyone enjoys it and learns about it just by coming and visiting.
Absolutely. Now, Shanti, we normally talk about what happens in the museum, but I don't want to forget about what's outside the museum. And I know you have some sculpture parks. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
The North and South Beckwith Sculpture Parks, which the North is closest to the parking lot. When you walk in, you walk through that park, and we have the sculptures that are in both parks are part of the museum's permanent collection. And we have just a wonderful collection of sculptures. And the South Park, which is kind of in the back of the building, we hear from a lot of people, I had no idea this was here. You kind of have to walk all the way through the museum and the galleries, and then you see sort of the little vestibule where you can walk outside, and there's an entire wonderful space where you can just go for some quiet, reflective time as you view the sculptures. We have some benches out there you can sit. And it's a great place to visit.
It certainly is. Now, Shanti, summer's here. What can the museum offer to schools and to families during the summer?
Well, we actually just opened on June 1st several new exhibitions. So all the galleries have been completely redone, and so it's like visiting a whole different place every time you go see the new exhibitions. The biggest one is our Holmes Gallery, featuring the Astronomy Photographer of the Year exhibition, which is an international competition that comes out of the Royal Museum in Greenwich. And it is just a beautiful collection of, I believe it's around 60 photographs, and they're printed really well on great quality materials that just bring those photographs to life in a wonderful way. And that's going to be open actually through the last Saturday in September. So people have plenty of time to come see it, but hope they'll come see it soon. We also have a very special exhibition called The Circle of Animals by Chinese artist Ai Weiwei. And that is something that's on loan to the museum. And it's in our rotunda, which looks out on the sculpture park. And these are Chinese zodiac animals. So again, there's a sort of a cosmic connection to astronomy through that, because that's of course, the Chinese New Year. Every year is a different animal. And so that's a collection by a very, very well-known Chinese artist that we're very honored to have.
Well, hopefully people will partake of these activities, and we have been bringing up the website for the museum, and we'll also bring up the Facebook page as well, so that our viewers and listeners can connect and make sure that they get all of that information. Yes. Shanti, how do you connect with the school district and the local schools to promote art education?
Well, I stay in as close touch as I can with all of the people at both the district level, the school administrators, the classroom teachers, and of course the art teachers. Although anyone can come, and I also work with local preschools as well who want to bring groups. And in order to book a tour, if you're interested, you can call me or email me. And we usually ask that you try and do that as far in as advance as possible. Like when you are planning a trip, don't wait any longer than at least 2 weeks before you're thinking of coming, but more like a month is even safer to reserve a date to come. And we try to customize. We have what's called a theme menu of 8 different themes that range from how to look at art. We have one called Museum Sense, which is, how does art relate to our 5 senses? That's a very popular one. We have a Discover the Museum for people who've never been before. And we have themes like Museum Math or Read, Write, and Sketch to promote all subject areas. So
that is absolutely fabulous, Shanti. There's certainly a lot of education and a lot of opportunities for folks to expand their knowledge of art. Now, should people connect with the website or call you directly if they're interested in booking one of these tours?
Well, my email address is on the website, and we are currently going to try and make all the tour documents accessible through the website. But in the meantime, they can either email me at my first name, Shanti, at verobeachmuseum.org, or call me, and the phone number is 772-231-0707, extension 117, and I'll be right there.
Excellent. And like I said, we're going to keep showing the website to the museum and to the Facebook page so that we make sure that everybody gets this wonderful information. Shanti, we're going to take a break to hear from our sponsors, and we will be right back. At the Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative, our vision is for every parent, regardless of income or zip code, to have the knowledge and tools they need to raise healthy children that are prepared for kindergarten. Our mission is to support our partners in developing a high-quality early childhood system that is family-centered. Our outreach and parent engagement specialists connect with families and build trusted relationships. KRC has chosen Fellsmere and Gifford as our two focus areas in Indian River County. Our Fellsmere office is located downtown in the city annex, and our New Gifford office is located within Victory Park Apartments. Our administrative offices are now located adjacent to Healthy Start and Treasure Coast Community Health in Vero Beach. The Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative, developing a high-quality early childhood system for all children in Indian River County.
Everyday activities are great for finding moments for talking and teaching new words. Babies' brains grow 80% in the first 18 months of life. As parents and your baby's first teacher, you can help build their brain with language and literacy skills. Involve the whole family. Ask questions. The more words babies hear, the larger their vocabulary can grow. Support early childhood education by talking, reading, singing, and family engagement. This message has been brought to you by PNC Grow Up Great and the Florida Grade Level Reading Campaign.
It's fun for everyone. It's Audrey's Feed and Tack, a distinctive country and western emporium. Of course, they have high-quality feeds and hay for horse lovers and urban chicken farmers, but there's so much more to Audrey's. Explore for unique gifts you won't find anyplace else. A fun stop for visitors. Enjoy breakfast or lunch at Cafe 66. Locals know it's the best barbecue. And now Audrey's announces their boot and hat room upstairs. Scoot and boogie over there for the widest selection this side of the big lake. Audrey's Feed and Tack, Oslo and 66th Avenue.
Is owning a home your goal? With the rising cost of rent, you could be saving a lot of money by owning your own home. At Caliber Home Loans, we can help make homeownership a reality. Meet with us for a free consultation and get on the right path to buy the home of your dreams. For Caliber, home loans is all we do. We use local appraisers and offer a variety of loan options to fit your lifestyle and budget. Call us today, 844-GO-CALIBER, license number CHL15622, Caliber Home Loans, TreasureCoast.com.
It's time to call Easy Brew Coffee and Bottled Water Service and learn just how much you can save and how convenient it is to have your coffee and bottled water delivered right to your home or office. In addition to water coolers, Easy Brew offers individual bottles of water in 8 or 16-ounce bottles. No more lugging it home or dragging it into the office. Serving the Treasure Coast for over 2 decades, 2 letters, 1 simple name. Easy for Easy Brew. Visit e-zbrew.com or call 800-792-3285. Easy Brew.
Take a new direction with your pest control needs. Call Compass Pest Control. Hi, I'm Chris Hudman, co-owner of Compass Pest Control. We're not your ordinary pest control company. We have over 60 years of local experience. We know service after the sale is the most important part of our business. Call us at 925-1740. That's 772-925-1740. Or on the web at compasspests.com. That's compass, P-E-S-T-S.com.
We're back to Moonshot Radio, where every moment is an opportunity to learn. I'm your host, Nivea Torres, Executive Director of KARC. And with me today in the studio is Shanti Sanchez from the Vero Beach Museum of Art. Shanti, welcome back.
Thank you.
Shanti, I want you to share with us a little bit about the partnership that you have with the Learning Alliance as part of the Moonshot Moment and the unique summer program that you have for local youngsters.
Oh, great. Well, we are in I believe it's our 4th year of something called Literacy in Motion, which is a program connecting the school district and the Learning Alliance and the museum to do this wonderful program for rising second graders. That's kids who've just finished first grade and who can use a little extra practice with their reading and writing. And we do that so well through creative processes and projects. And so 3 days a week, the students are, this year, they're at Beachland Elementary School, working really hard with their teachers on those skills and also on a lot of related creative projects there. But then 2 days a week, they come to the museum and really get to dive in and see the exhibitions and do, like I said, those open-ended discussions where they get to practice their oral language, which for young children is really a key building block. If you can't say it, how are you going to be able to read and write it? So we love being with them in the galleries. We just had them there this morning, and it was a lot of fun.
What a special opportunity for those youngsters right across the street from the museum.
Yes, they walk over and take a drink of water and walk on into the galleries. It's really great.
Shanti, I want to talk a little bit also about the education that the Vero Beach Museum of Art imparts on those folks who come and visit. And I just want to talk about a personal experience that I had a couple months ago. I went with a friend and we were looking at one of the exhibitions. I think it was German art, if I'm not mistaken. It was a couple months ago. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And we met the most delightful docent. Her name is Joyce. So if Joyce is listening, this shout out is to her. She was absolutely fabulous and engaged us in really interpreting the art. She asked really probing, thought-provoking questions and made us feel like our comments and our interpretations were not wrong.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It was okay.
Wonderful
and she kept,
to hear.
Yeah, she kept delving further and made us feel very comfortable. You walk out of the museum feeling like, oh, I can actually interpret art. I know what I'm talking about.
That's great.
And we still talk about Joyce, and we reflect on that visit to the Museum of Art. So I want you to talk to us a little bit about how you engaged the docents and really congratulate you for the fabulous job that you're doing.
Oh, well, thank you. I work with Sarah Klein as our education director, and we work together with the docents a lot, and we are very, very very fortunate to have just the most amazing docent group in the world. They are some of the most dedicated volunteers I've ever met. They have just an unending curiosity about the art and the exhibitions. They do incredible amounts of study and research, and they take shifts and they come in and they just love engaging with visitors and getting to know new people as they share that experience of looking at the art together. So thank you.
Well, thank you. Very knowledgeable and clearly very passionate about what they do, Shanti.
Yes, and I couldn't do what I do without them, because when we have a school group coming, I call them and say, I need docents to help work with this group, and they always rise to the occasion and have great, great things to share.
Well, if you see Joyce, please thank her on our behalf.
I will. Thank you.
Shanti, I'm going to ask now for the pictures that you share with us, the upcoming events from the museum. We're going to bring them up on the screen. And if you're actually tuning in on the radio, don't worry. We're going to make sure that you get all of this fabulous information. But I'm going to ask you to just go through them, and let's make sure that the community knows about these upcoming events at the Vero Beach Museum of Art. So the first one is Collecting Across Media.
Okay, and this is an exhibition that's in 3 of our galleries, and it was curated by Danielle Johnson, who is one of our curators, or our main curator, actually, and she put together this great selection of works from our permanent collection, and it's really a joy. The museum has so many works that we don't often get to see, and she put them together in a really thoughtful way. So I would highly encourage people to come and see. We're super proud of our collection. The Astronomy Photographer of the Year exhibition is, as I said, it opened on June 1st. It's going to be up through September 29th. I'm actually hoping we'll get a lot of school visits for that, and it's just a great exhibition. And then we have, as I think I also mentioned, the Circle of Animals, the zodiac heads that are by artist Ai Weiwei, who is an internationally known artist from China. That's just another slide from the Photographer of the Year. Yeah, there's everything from skyscapes to close-ups of galaxies and nebula and all kinds of things.
I have that one on my list, Shanti.
Yes, it's a good one. And then every month, the last Saturday of every month is Free Admission Saturday, and it's a great time to come. Bring the family, bring the neighbors. And for kids and young families, we have a drop-in studio art program called Museum Studios, and it's from 10 to 1. It's free if you have a family membership, and I believe there's a nominal charge for materials if you aren't. Every week on Wednesdays, we have Museum Stories at 2 different times. At 9:30, we invite families who have babies and toddlers through 24 months to come for the 9:30 version of that. It's stories, songs, and that takes place in the art zone that I was talking about earlier. And then at 10:30, we have the older kids being the 2 to 4-year-olds. Of course, some families have both, and then you can choose which one you want to come to.
Every Wednesday, make sure that you partake in that Museum Stories.
Great for kindergarten readiness and early literacy. So.
Oral language development, all the good stuff that we want for all of our families.
Right.
Shanti, we also want to encourage folks, like I said earlier, to visit the website, visit the Facebook page, and make sure that they partake on all of the summer activities. But if folks really also want to enroll in regular membership, where do they get this information if they want to be a member of the museum?
Okay, if you want to be a member, I believe you can even join through the website. That's also true of our Museum Art School studio classes for adults. We have our summer art camp that's going to be happening through the very beginning of August, almost up until school starts. And so you can find information about any of those programs on the website, or you can come into the front desk, which we're open. Usually we're open 7 days a week, but between Memorial Day and Labor Day, the galleries are closed on Mondays. So, but you can come to the front desk and they can direct you as well. So
there's a lot of good information. Shanti, I have a confession on my summer list. I have as a possibility, I'm still thinking about it, enrolling in one of the beginning, of course, painting lessons at the museum. I'm thinking that I should probably continue to develop my artistic talent.
Oh, definitely go for it. We have some wonderful instructors, and they just, just like you might be nervous about walking into the museum and the galleries for the first time, I think you would have the same experience if you were in one of our studio classes. You would just be able to have fun. And there's a lot of great benefits for lifelong learning, as I think we all hear about that. And
for the entire family. So again, for our viewers and our listeners, I cannot encourage you anymore to really visit the Vero Beach Museum of Art. I love it, so I'm sort of biased, but I think it's a great opportunity for families, for children, for everyone in the community. We are so lucky here in Vero Beach that we have a wonderful museum of art that is opening its doors to everyone in the community. So thank you for what you do, Shanti. And I hope to have you back to talk about more events at the museum.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Have a great summer, Shanti.
You too.
And until next time, this has been Moonshot Radio, where every moment is an opportunity to learn.